Coming up on Born American, from a channel-changing click to touchpad slick, the story behind the remote that gives us the control we need. Then, sit down, kick back, relax, and see how a common chair became a revolutionary recliner. And heroes with angst, how comic creator Stan Lee was drawn to some marvelous character. Welcome to Born American. I'm Joe Theismann. Sometimes you just have to take a load off, and a great place to do that is in the living room or the den. We think of it as the great indoors. Today, Born American is going to take the hard work out of watching television, as it toasts three great homegrown innovations: the television remote control, the Lazy Boy recliner, and the Marvel comic book. Are you comfortable enough? Good. Let's slide into this edition of Born American. Believe it or not, you used to get your exercise from watching television, and that was with only about 10 channels. Until an invention changed the way we watched, when we watched, and maybe even what we watched, and fueled the modern age battle of the sexes. And the remote control was born, and man said, "This is good." Channel surfing was born over 50 years ago. Even then, Zenith's founder, Commander Eugene McDonald, wanted a device that would cancel out commercials.
Many Americans probably think the remote control came from Asia somewhere, but this is a device that was born and bred in the United States, the result of American ingenuity that's really changed the face of television around the world.
The first remote was called the Lazy Bone.
It was a wired remote. The wire ran across your living room floor and would activate the television set, turn it on and off, and change channels.
But since people kept tripping over the wire, something new was needed.
In 1955, a young Zenith engineer named Gene Polly developed the first wireless remote control called the Flashmatic, and it used a flashlight-like device to activate photocells.
By shining this at the four corners of the set, you could cause it to change channel or to mute. And the mute control turned out to be the most important one. Boom. People were buying these sets even if they only had one TV channel, just because they could turn the thing off, and it was a sensation. There was cartoons in the paper, there were articles written about it. Production couldn't keep up with the demands for this unit.
Yet the Flashmatic wasn't perfect. Bright lights in showrooms or sunshine in homes would affect the photocells and drive the device crazy.
That was followed in 1956 with Dr. Robert Adler's invention, also at Zenith, which was the first use of ultrasonics in the home. That was known as the Space Command.
But it became famous as the clicker.
And of course it makes a very audible click, which has nothing to do with ultrasound. That is the noise of the trigger mechanism releasing that little hammer.
The hammer struck a 2-inch aluminum rod, causing a high-frequency sound that activated the TV and excited the public enough to open their wallets.
It was really more of a luxury in those days. In fact, it was a pretty expensive feature. It added $100 or more to the price of a television set.
Celebrities helped the public's perception,
including the famous ad campaign with George Burns, "Gracie, turn on the television."
And soon the remote became indispensable.
Today, the remote control is so ubiquitous, it's not an optional feature, it's a must-have feature for virtually any product in the consumer electronics business today.
The remote's impact on TV has been huge.
We wouldn't have 500 channels today if you didn't have the ability to navigate through them.
And now the remote has gone from a simple click to touchpad slick.
Technology has come a long way since the days of Dr. Adler and the original clicker. It moved on to IR remote controls, which everybody knows and everybody has. But who wants to manage a coffee table full of half a dozen to a dozen remotes? This is an integrated remote control that allows our clients to access all aspects of their audio-video system from any room in the house, basically.
In this home, the remote will lower the screen, choose the channel, start the DVD, and even adjust the outside antenna for the client's HD TV system.
It's a menu-driven system, and it's completely programmable.
It's so simple, it's idiot-proof. You know, it just, you touch the image and then it just responds right away.
And other high-tech remotes can control even more.
It's a smart remote. We have our personal computer, our hard drive CD system, our regular DVD player, another DVD player, we have HD TV, we have our TiVo, our projection control, our VCR, and our AM/FM tuner.
Everything can be programmed to the touch of one button.
We can have the lights dim, the drapes close, the screen pop up, chair take your position, and we can start a fine movie.
Or go wireless and surf the web as you watch a movie.
The latest development in remotes is an air panel. This combines your computer and a touchpad panel smart remote. This panel can do all the functions of many remotes, and you can answer your email and do computer work while in the background of watching a movie or doing other things. It's conveniently backlit and a fabulous piece as well.
So from a wire to a flash to a clicker to a touchpad, what could be next?
I think voice command. I think we now have things that we're experimenting with now that are sensing your image and where you're tracking in a house that will automate lighting and kind of follow you with music.
The remote control is a perfect example of American ingenuity and teamwork and pushing the envelope. And this is amazing to think, going back 50 years ago, that there were these engineers kind of in a skunk works environment, not unlike you would see today in Silicon Valley, coming up with these new concepts. It was born and bred right here in America.
Let's get horizontal next on Born American. Hey, put that remote down. Let's review today's show. We've seen how the Lazy Boy recliner still sells strong to a new generation of satisfied customers. We've entered the super popular world of the Marvel brand comic book. And oh yes, we've looked into the future of the remote control and found a world that is very, very good. For Born American, I'm Joe Theismann. Thanks for watching. Find out more at fineliving.com. Real information for real people.